Hello, it's Captain Jim for the Monopoly Project. We're here on Val Vista Lakes. We're going to do our August floating book reviews, the books we read in August. Of course, this is the Monopoly Project yacht. Every successful real estate agent has a yacht, and this is Monopoly Project. Unfortunately, it's the Bikini Girls' day off, so you just have me at sunset here on Val Vista Lakes. And so we're going to go over 5 books that we read. Before I go to the books, I want to give a shout out to one of our readers, Peter, who made some constructive criticism, some positive, but some also criticism, which was well-founded. And so we're going to take his advice, and if you see any improvement in these videos, you can thank Peter when you see him next time. In any case, like I said, we're floating on the on Val Vista Lakes here. It's finally cooled down. It was in the hundreds forever. Now it's in the 90s, and it's much nicer. We even had a lot of rain. So we have 5 different books today. The first 2 are science fiction books. The next one is a travel log of a guy who's moved to rural France. It's very entertaining. And then the fourth one is a reminiscence of Ernest Hemingway's life in Paris in the 1920s as told through his wife's eyes. And finally, the last one, of course, is our Alaric Bond British Navy stories that I really like. I think this is the 13th one. So in any case, let's adjust our course, and then I'll be back with the first set of book reviews. Thank you. Okay, it's Jim back again, Captain Jim for the Monopoly Project. We're doing our floating book reviews. We're now on to our fourth book. And this fourth book is The Paris Wife by Paula McLain, written in 2011, 314 pages. And it's a fictionalized account of Hadley Richardson. Hadley Richardson was the first wife of Ernest Hemingway, first of 4. And it's the years that he spent in Paris right after he was in the Italian front war as an ambulance driver, where he was badly wounded. It's in that time he wrote The Sun Also Rises, and it turns out The Sun also is a fictionalized novel of his Paris acquaintances. So Paula McLain, the author of this book, actually wrote a fictionalized account of their life in Paris, the 5 or 6 years they were there. And of course she recreates conversations which may or may not have ever happened, but she uses all the source materials, letters to and from Hemingway and Richardson, autobiographies that have been written, autobiographies. Since the book is written in 2011, there's a lot of material where she can follow. And she says it's not meant to be, history. It's meant to be a fictionalized account, and it's actually very well written. And the interesting thing, I mentioned, is that he writes The Sun Also Rises during that period, and it turns out that Hadley Richardson, his wife, is not mentioned in the book, whereas all their other acquaintances, and that leads to some issues if you read the book. Overall, I thought it was very well done. I mean, it seems the conversations and the words that she puts in their mouth seem very appropriate, and they're consistent with what we know, certainly about Hemingway's character. And so it's an excellent character study because, she's explaining, and of course, halfway through the book shows the arrival of the second wife, who is ostensibly a friend of Hadley Richardson's, Pauline Peffer. But so it actually is very entertaining, and I think I may have read it 10 years ago also, when I was on one of my other periodic 5-year Ernest Hemingway expeditions. But I certainly really enjoyed it this time because I thought she got the characters exactly right. And in addition to that, in addition to the characters of obviously Hemingway and his wife, Hadley is, she has really good descriptions, character studies of the people who are around them. Ezra Pound and Gertrude Stein, Scott Fitzgerald, and a lot of the other crazy people hanging around Paris in the 1920s. So I definitely recommend this book, and it's like I said, it's an interesting character study, and it even if you didn't know who Hemingway was and all that stuff, it would still be a good book because it's that well written. So anyway, that's the recommendations, and let's go on to our next book.